Oh, my bad. Hey guys, I'm back in 2026. Why? Because I wanted to make something, and I haven't done anything with my voice since my voice reveal, I think. Also, it's been almost a year since my last long-form video, and that's bad. I have been quite busy working on a couple of other projects, like Thanksgiving Obby 2025, my buddy and I's magnum opus, my Tower Heroes-ish webcomic, Egg of the West, my magnum opus, and some real-life stuff. My magnum opus, but it's alright, it doesn't really matter since I'm here now. Yeah! And what am I tackling, you might be asking? Well, it's a silly little thing that's materialized in my mind. The Stella event! Give me a second, I gotta get more formal for this. Alright, I think I'm good. So, what is the Stella event? Well, it's my own Tower Heroes themed thing where I, Stella, draws things. Today, I thought of the idea of drawing heroes from hero submissions. The hero submissions channel in the Pixelbit Discord server. And I thought of this idea since normally in the Pixelbit Discord and in the hero submissions channel, it's kind of glossed over most of the time. It's very rare that these submissions are actually ever taken into consideration. I mean, some get in, but it's just, yeah, like I said, it's pretty rare. Most of the time they just kind of sit there and kind of pile up. Especially in 2020 for some reason. There was a lot of hero submissions in 2020. These submissions took time and effort, and yeah, of course not every single submission is going to get in the game, but I thought it'd be nice to, like, kind of commemorate it in this sort of way. Also, I want to draw them. I need water. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to draw every single one of them, and I'm sorry. But I kind of just selected the ones that caught my attention. And my plan here is to draw them and make some commentary about it. Another thing, when I draw them, it's not going to be entirely accurate, as in I will be adding and changing some stuff on the design. Basically just like putting my own spin on it, while trying to remain as true as possible, of course. So, to start off, we got Ark by Sprout. It's got a stuffed bear design, and in later levels, he goes to more of a claw machine type aesthetic. Apparently, Ark is a support character that uses a claw to grab enemies with the highest current HP, and leaves them for his minions to attack. Now I'm gonna try and avoid my thoughts on if I think any of these hero suggestions belong or even fit inside Tower Heroes, since my whole point is to kinda just draw them. But honestly, this seems like a really funny idea. I'd imagine it's kinda like that strategy people use, where you have a bunch of melee units, and one stunner to hold an enemy in place as they brutally tear into them. Kinda like that, but like condensed into a single hero. So basically a melee and stunning unit at the same time. And now here he is. For the next one, we have Hako by Drip. Hi Drip. This one's got some resemblance with the enemy Cap, with the purple and yellow top hat, and I'm not sure if that was the point, as the first level has its own distinct details, like being taller and missing the yellow eyes and mouth. Also, it has no feet across levels, which I can relate to. Hako is described as a summoner slash miscellaneous hero, who could summon flares that orbit around him, dealing contact damage to any enemies. These flares have their own HP and disappear when they reach 0, and Hako has to summon a new flare, kinda like Buzzer and Haze, I'm pretty sure. And like those two, there was descriptions about some hero interactions, like where Balloon Pal of course can increase the range, Discount Dog's ability affects how many flares you can have, and Jester can straight up kill the flares. I like these hero submissions with all these details. Here's Hako. Next up we got Woo by Markx, a prior map slash character maker. He's got this Monkey King-like design throughout his levels, and one interesting thing I found was that he can grow arms, but like on his tail, because they like slowly develop across his levels, like, yeah. Woo is said to have an ability across his levels called Flurry, where he gets increased attack speed, or actually, speed and attack. Probably both, kinda like how Spectre was before. Well, before they split him into 3, Discount Dog, Balloon Bell, and, you know, still him. Yeah. It's a temporary boost that could stack 5 times, Wait. 5 times? Now, I don't know how balancing would work with this in the game, but for me that sounds pretty strong. If that were the case, I'd imagine you could only place like 2 or even 1 of this little guy. The idea of a solo tower actually seems pretty neat, but apparently Markx thinks you could place 3 of him. That's probably balanced in some way. I don't really know. Here he is. Next we have Jackman from Noty, or Noty. He's got a really fun design, with him apparently being a small town sack that's ready to attack. Which, I mean, yeah, I guess. He's a mutated bag of jacks that apparently our parents used to play with as kids. That, I'm not sure. Because what do you even do with jacks anyway? Like, I'm looking at this. What do you do here? So, apparently, you toss a ball in the air and grab as many jacks as you can. Yeah, I can see it. Honestly, with what Jackman's doing here though, I don't think he's winning. But leaving them on the floor for people to step on is probably a better use for them in Tower Heroes, and he seems like he's having fun. Oh, right, what he does. He tosses a bunch of jacks on the floor, which does damage, kind of like the Spike Factory from Balloons, which I'm also pretty sure has a similar decay gimmick with the spikes. He's also got an ability called Mega Throw at level 5, which is like what my team does every time I play Overwatch. He basically tosses 100 jacks on random spots on the path, which actually makes me wonder how they'd handle this in like a raid map. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a similar thing with El Goblino. I don't know. And here's Jackman. For our next one, I thought it'd be really interesting since this one was made on paper. The King Glue Cat. Now, I know what you're thinking, but just give me a moment. He's got a pretty straightforward level progression where he kind of just develops into this, King Glue Cat sitting in this big container of glue, which kind of reminds me of a Nurgle from Warhammer where he's just sitting in a big cauldron. I like that. He doesn't really have much written about him, nor does he have a possible color scheme I could base anything off of for him, but I think I know a guy. Can I take your colors? Thank you. I also took his general design and mushed it in with this one, but I think it'd be okay. Also, another thing, I did find this one little note, and it reads, "If this hero has a chance, please add me and let's chat." Which, I kind of find it sad, since, I mean, not a lot of people get chances here, and he's also not even in the Discord anymore, so, sorry, Floppy Cow. Oh yeah, that's the name of the guy who made it, it's this Floppy Cow. Sorry, Floppy Cow. Here's, Glue King Glue Cat. Yeah. Next, we have Beiraa, or Gira by Cloudy28_Mr. Now, I do like this design, because honestly, I think the Tower Hero Spider is one of my favorite enemy designs. Like, in the game. I even have my own little spider character in my Tower Heroes webcomic. But Gira takes on a more humanoid-ish approach, which is kind of what I think Soda Pop is to rats and mice in Tower Heroes. Gira is a support/summoner hero who interacts with the path by spitting a web on it. The web slows enemies until they can eventually get out, but apparently fire enemies can burn right through it. At level 5, Gira gets the ability to spawn a spider nest within a range. It acts kind of like a little shield, with around 1000 health until it slowly dwindles away to 0. This nest slowly summons friendly big spiders that walk down whatever path the nest is placed on. Now, for me at least, this seems a little underpowered, but I don't know how strong the slow effect is, and you can place 2 of her. It's a very neat design though. Here she is. Next we got Prism by Meridian Cities. Prism has a very elegant color scheme with this nice soft gradient across her levels, and apparently she's a magical girl. Yeah. Now, rather than being a summoner, support, or melee like the last couple have been, Prism is a ranged unit. Kinda, sorta. Her main purpose is crowd control as she performs a sweeping attack, possibly adding a slow debuff. The way I visualize it, it kinda looks like a wall that, sweeps through a path and affects any enemies caught within it. It seems like it'd be nice crowd control, like similar to Hot Dog Frank. Also, I like how her head slowly gets more Prism-y, gaining complexity with each level, until her head turns into a D20 kinda shape. It's very neat. It's like the Prism part of Prism. Yeah, here's Prism, yeah. Yeah. Next is Haley by Waffle Marie 143. Haley begins with this little ice golem looking design, which transitions into her looking more like Frostbite. She has a stunner roll applying a slow/freeze effect to enemies with an interesting mechanic called Cryometer. In all of Haley's levels, she can apply a chill effect to enemies, but by level 2 she can apply a cryo point effect, which is given by decimals. When an enemy reaches level 4 with this decimal system, they'll be given this freeze effect for a few seconds. There's also a few elemental interactions she has, where the fire type status removes portions of this cryo point effect, and ice enemies can't be affected at all. Which, yeah, that makes sense. Here's Haley. Next we have Mix by Epicmation. Hi Epic. This one's missing a couple levels, but I get the general idea. He's got a little cat/Egboi design, which it's probably its own thing, and he's a melee/summoner. Mix can summon little cake monsters in certain intervals that strength is dependent on how much damage he does before they spawn. I find it a really neat concept, but I'm not sure how balanced it'd be with all the other towers firing at the same first enemy, or last, or strongest, or random. We have priority targeting now, and that does change a couple things. Maybe Mix is gonna automatically target the strongest. Ooh. And here's Mix. And for our last submission, we have Warbo by Static Shadow, or Winters. It could be that Static Shadow made it and Winters posted it, or maybe they're the same person. But either way, the submission's idea is absolutely insane. Warbo is a guy with a gun with no other levels. In fact, he's not even a traditional tower, since you could just deploy him if you have 2,000 kills and 7,500 mana with a button that works like an airstrike. He has health, which leads me to believe he walks on a path, or maybe can be placed on a path or somewhere he can get damaged. He does 150 damage and has a cooldown of 0.55 seconds, or actually 0.5 seconds, I don't know which is which. Also, he has a hypercharge form after he gets 30 kills that boosts his already busted stats. You can double his damage and reduce his attack cooldown by more than twice as much. This is a really ambitious idea, and probably the most creative on my list, which is why I reserved this last spot for him. I honestly really like it. Like, the idea of just calling in a person to help you as you defend in the map kind of reminds me of agents from Bloons Tower Defense 5. Or maybe like heroes from Bloons Tower Defense 6. I mean, disregarding how absolutely out there this idea is, I think it's pretty fun. Also, it's drawn in MS Paint, and that's like a W. And here he is, Warbo. That's all the submissions I drew for this video. I was planning on making way more, but I was advised by a friend not to make over 20 of these things for one video. Thank you, Nugget Dev. If you guys want to see the rest of what I had in store, make sure you show how much you liked my little Stella event by liking and subscribing. Wow, I don't ask for that a lot. I don't know if I should. That kind of feels slimy. I do plan on making more stuff for the Stella event, beyond just hero submissions though. Like, my idea before was turning heroes into bosses, or like, animating your guys' tower heroes ideas. Or maybe I could do even more than just tower heroes. Oh, that'd be pretty cool, right? Ooh. But if you guys have any better suggestions, be sure to comment, and I might consider them. Bye! Actually, wait, one more thing. This room I have here is my room, I'm pretty sure. And right now it's pretty empty. Like really empty, actually. I do have some stuff I want to unpack and add here, you know, make this room feel more like a home, kinda. And I'll be sure to show off what I've got with every long form video I make, kinda like this one. But if you guys got anything you'd want me to add here, you guys could comment that as well. I'm sure I can get it here somehow. Okay, that's all for now. Goodbye for real. Yeah. Yeah.